The Community Education Channel presents Community View, a closer look inside community issues that matter. It's a glimpse, a preview, bringing public perception to light on local community issues that make a difference. Hello and welcome to Community View. I'm Melissa Anderson. You know, if you haven't heard of Doc Utah, you're about to. The film festival is celebrating its 10-year anniversary in southern Utah this year at Dixie State. And with us is the founder and filmmaker himself, Phil Tucket. Thanks for joining us again, Phil.
Nice to be here, Melissa.
You know, you come in here and you have a smiling face, and now I'm so excited to hear about this season. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this lineup, and now it's out.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like the toy store of life, working in films, and especially my love is documentaries, because there's something that really grabs me about these true stories that no screenwriter could ever imagine these stories, but then they come out in the form of these wonderful documentaries. This year we had 300 submitted.
Oh, wow.
And we have 66 that have been selected to be in the festival.
Right, and you are going to put out an opening film this year, filmed right here in southern Utah in a little small town called Leeds. Tell us about that.
Yes, we started about 4 years ago producing, we being the film department at Dixie State University, producing a film to open the festival. And in this case, it's about Leeds. And people would say, what? You know?
Where's that?
Or if they know where it is, how fast can I drive past it? But it is a wonderful little community that has a beautiful history of, it's quite dramatic. You know, talking about screenwriters, I don't think anybody could have invented a place like this, because Leeds was connected directly to Silver Reef, which is one of the most infamous boom and bust mining towns in the history of the West. It was a silver hit, on which is why it's called Silver Reef, and all of a sudden it went from nothing to 3,000 people, mostly rough and tumble miners who had nothing connected to the Mormon community of Leeds, which was right next door. And so there were two worlds colliding there for about 12 years. It was a going concern, and then, like most of those mining towns in the West back in the 1800s, it busted, and town went away, and all you have there now is a ghost town, although it's now being populated by some newer homes. But that era was so fascinating. Right?
Now, Doc Utah is 10 years old. You're celebrating Doc Utah Decade, and you have this wonderful experience of these. Why would anybody want to come to these rather than going into a theater or streaming live on Netflix or other places?
Well, what we try and do is what we call the value-added approach, enhanced screenings. So we have films about music and the nature of, for instance, we have one amazing film called Echo in the Canyon, and it's about the folk rock music in California in the 60s, which began in Laurel Canyon, where all these musicians came and lived together in almost like a commune of musical talent. Jackson Browne, Tom Petty, the Mamas and the Papas, and they created the California folk rock sound. And so we've taken that film and we're putting it in Zion Canyon at the O.C. Tanner Amphitheater. So it's Laurel Canyon from California in Zion Canyon in Utah. And we're going to have a musical extravaganza of music, live performance from that era.
And it sounds like a lot of fun. So in order to go to these, you got to buy tickets online, and your whole lineup is online. Tell us about when we're going to be able to come to this.
Well, if you go to DOCUTAH.com, you can see all 66 films. There'll be an alphabetical listing of the films. There will be a little thumbnail sketch of what the films are about, and there'll be a trailer, a link to a trailer, so you can kind of get an idea of what these films are before you make your decision. But it runs the gamut of human experience, the titles. And I just jotted a couple down, and I have to read it because I wouldn't be able to remember this otherwise.
And not with 66.
So we have films about rhino poachers and 50-year marriages, the NHL, the NBA, foosball and tattoos, Mikhail Gorbachev and George Gobel, painting with dirt and designer chocolates, Marilyn Monroe and kaleidoscopes, olive oil and the Velvet Underground, and Iron Men and Arab astronauts. That's all in the festival.
That definitely runs the gamut.
So if you can't find something that appeals, then you're not trying hard enough.
Exactly. You don't have an imagination either.
Yes.
All right.
And I think that it'll be a great thing for people to go on and start to pick and choose their favorites. So when tickets do go on sale, you can look at the schedule. Most of the films are going to be shown at the Red Cliffs Theater. For our second season in a row, we're using that multiplex as our base of operations. Some are at the university at the Eccles Center, and as I said, one is out in O.C. Tanner Amphitheater in Springdale.
And we should mention when this festival is. It's in September, correct?
Yes, the Leeds film will be shown the night of September 2nd in the Eccles Fine Arts Center. And then starting on the 3rd, it will be a full day of screenings from 10 in the morning till 10 at night on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday we have a very popular screening that we tried for the first time last year, a drive-in movie, because now over at the Red Cliffs we have those acres of parking lot, and so we show a film gratis to the community.
Nice.
There's no tickets sold, and in the form of a drive-in movie, and our radio station transmits the audio from the movie into the car radios, and we have a huge giant screen, and the film is Sinatra in Palm Springs. And it's a wonderful documentary about Frank Sinatra, the place that he loved more than any other place in the world, and that was his home in Palm Springs. And a California filmmaker named Leo Zahn produced and directed a great documentary about the Rat Pack in the desert, and we thought that was a perfect serve up for our drive-in movie of this year.
Right. So bring your popcorn, bring your candy bars, your sunscreen possibly.
Yeah, and I think we're going to have food trucks out there, so it'll be an occasion. And then the next day, on Saturday, we'll announce the winners of the awards at the drive-in movie. The next day, all of the winning films will be shown at the Red Cliffs. So if people missed any of the award winners during the week, they can watch them on Saturday.
Go back, all of that for just a menial price, right?
Well, yeah, we think it's menial. That's up to our viewing public. But
that's great.
Yeah, it's far less than it would cost for you to go to a regular movie, scripted movie. So we think we are giving the community a price break. Yes.
Definitely.
And it's still keeping us in business, so it works both ways.
Well, looking forward to this 10-year anniversary, and congratulations.
Well, thank you.
and thanks for being on the show.
Sure.
And like you said, I hope you can make a few of this year's documentaries in September, and have a great rest of your summer.